I pokes ahead jokes.
Three, two, one. Welcome back to episode. Fuck, what episode is it? 212.
I think it's 212.
I wanna say
I don't
it's
want to be wrong
212.
today.
I think it's episode 212. Come on, you
I
look at
believe.
this. Episode 212. I think last time was 211. So I think we're
That's
right.
how numbers work.
Right.
No, it's 213.
213? Fucking hell. Welcome back to episode 213 of Eye Pokes and Head Chokes. It's your boy, Mr. Alex and Mr. Cooler. We never know the episode numbers because we're just so far ahead. Now, I should have remembered that it was 213 because of the fact that in my head I was just like 112, but I was like, no, it's 212. So I can't say 212 because that sounds weird. And yeah, so I was thinking 212. I was thinking 212 for the the area code in Manhattan as last week's episode. So I should have known. Either way, we digress. It is what it is. We're here to talk about some stuff that happened this weekend, some stuff that's been happening since the beginning of March that we haven't even really talked about it like that in terms of New Japan. I'm going to be talking about the Fastlane preview as well, what happened on UFC Fight Night this weekend, which some shit happened, and probably get into some TNA or Impact Wrestling Sacrifice that happened over the weekend as well. So I'm going to start with UFC Fight Night real quick. So the main card at middleweight, you had a draw for no contest in round one. I don't remember exactly what it was. I think there was an illegal knee to the head or some shit like that again for the second time in a row. But I don't know why it was a no contest. I'm not entirely sure why. I don't remember why it's a no contest, but as far as I know, it is a no contest. So I don't know what they did. At flyweight, they had Mateus Nicolau defeating Manel Cape in the decision win, 3 rounds, went to full 3 rounds. After that, we had bantamweight Davey Grant defeating Jonathan Martinez in a second round knockout at 3 minutes and 3 seconds. Knockout TKO. After that, we had Dan Ige fucking demolishing Gavin Tucker in 22 seconds in round one with a beautiful short right hand that came out of nowhere. As Gavin Tucker went in, he just popped right there, and that was it. He was done. It was a walk-off hit. It was like one of those. He did it. He saw it. He just walked away. It was he knocked them out.
Those are the best ones because it's not like
yeah,
and then it's not like they're trying to go crazy and like
no, absolutely. He knows. He's aware. He's like, oh, I knocked him the fuck out. Bye. Like straight up, like done.
Yeah,
he knew. Which is what we got to a long time ago. Like fighters know when somebody's knocked the fuck out. After that, we had at light heavyweight Ryan Spann defeating Misha Sirkunov in round one in 1 minute and 11 seconds. Ryan Spann just ended up knocking his ass out too. Same thing. And after that, we had at main event welterweight for Bilal Muhammad versus Leon Edwards, ranked number 3 and ranked number, I think, 11, Bilal Muhammad. Ended in a no contest as well because Leon Edwards accidentally poked Bilal Muhammad in the eye like really hard to the point where there was blood coming out of his eye. They had to stop the fight like immediately. The fight was done immediately, like not too long after. I mean, in the second round, but either way, like it sucks. Leon Edwards, he obviously felt some type of way. He was like, "Yo, I'm so sorry. Like, I didn't mean for this to happen. That shit sucks. I wish that I wanted to go on and fight as if continue the fight." It was very unfortunate. Bilal Muhammad was crying. So I'm guessing it hurt that much because he was crying and shit because I don't know if he could see out of his eye or anything. I hope he's okay. I'm going to probably look more into that. Yeah, it was pretty bad. Like you just saw like when he was crying, like there was a little stream of blood coming down his right eye, if I remember correctly. Or yeah, it's his right eye. So it sucks, man. It sucks to see that. So you had 2 no contests in the same night. After having not a no contest, but a disqualification win with a knee, with an illegal knee, the UFC 259 pay-per-view before. So kind of weird, but that's pretty much what we have for UFC. But that Dan Ige knockout, that was a piece, perfectly timed, got him right where he needed to, and it was good to see. But yeah, that's it for UFC.
So wait,
Unless you
quick
have anything
question.
else.
Was that a fight night? That was a fight night, right?
It was a fight night. Yeah, it was Edwards versus Muhammad.
Okay,
So
so I think it replays on Hulu.
yeah, most likely
I think
if
they
you have
replay
it,
everything on
and if
Hulu
you have
now
ESPN
because
Plus,
they
and
like
if you have yeah, you
yeah.
should be able to watch it again.
I think because what I just noticed even from last week is that they actually integrated some of the ESPN stuff onto Hulu.
Yeah.
So like the 254 pay-per-view I was actually able to watch on Hulu afterwards. I didn't play it, but I was able to watch it. So that's good to know. So hopefully it's not just the pay-per-views. Hopefully it's everything. The fight nights. I need the boxing to be like that too now.
Give me 1 second. I think you're. I'm gonna pause the recording real quick. Okay,
Oh,
let's go.
I figured that.
We're back. You were desynced a bit. You were just like, I mean, I could hear everything you were saying, and they could hear everything that you were saying. But it's fine. It happens. Is your Wi-Fi on the right Wi-Fi? It happens.
It is. I had to put my audio on the right audio because when we started, it was through the laptop. It wasn't in my ear. So that's a heads up for you.
That's probably why that. No, I mean I hear you perfectly fine. That's fine.
Okay.
So like I didn't even hear it on your end coming through. So it is what it is. But what were you saying about UFC? Sorry, before started.
They integrated they integrated the ESPN Plus stuff onto Hulu. So now you can watch. Now you can watch it. Like I'm on Hulu right now just to make sure I'm right with what I'm talking about. But yeah, the that last pay-per-view is actually up there, 259.
Oh, that's good.
It's actually on the Hulu app now, so it makes more sense.
Wait, UFC 259 is on Hulu to watch for free?
Yes,
because it's part of ESPN. Not for free. You have to pay for it.
I'm guessing if you have, I'm guessing if you have the bundle, it is. So that means I don't have to pay after I possibly had to pay when it came out the day of. Which
but then at that point you would just watch it on ESPN Plus, no?
Kind of crazy.
Either way. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, because the thing is, UFC 259 is free on ESPN Plus, like after they're usually free after like about a month or 3 weeks. So that's why, But it is good to know that Fight Night is on Hulu and that you can
kind of soon.
It, so that's pretty cool. So, but yeah, that's it for UFC. We can move on to WWE Fastlane is up this weekend. And we only have 3 solidified matches. So we have the Intercontinental Championship match.
These matches are.
With Big E versus Apollo Crews. Apollo Crews found himself, in terms of like being Nigerian and everything, he went to his roots, and I'm just like, why don't more people do this stuff? Because WWE wants to be inclusive. WWE wants to be with the trend now, so.
And they want to be it's about being woke at the same time too. It's about also being more international. That's how I
get that. Yeah, absolutely.
No, it's great. You should be like this. It should be more of this. It shouldn't just be the trend of the Americans versus the un-Americans. Like it doesn't have to always be that. We spoke about that.
Everybody's from somewhere. Yeah. So
exactly. So I like this. I like it because I would hope we could get a show out in Nigeria. Similar way that we got
similar to like Crown Jewel or whatever, this and that, or that'd be cool.
But not Crown Jewel type matches.
Well, no, like an actual pay-per-view,
worthy matches.
Yeah, exactly.
But no,
I mean, they're gonna start with the Crown Jewel. Let's be honest, they are.
Yes, because he's saying that he comes from a long lineage of royalty, pretty much. So I can see that happen specifically.
All right, so moving on, we have also the Women's Tag Team Championship match. Nia Jackson, Shayna Baszler defending against Bianca Belair and Sasha Banks.
Is this their build-up to their WrestleMania match? Because that's a WrestleMania match. They already announced it.
It is. So I guess
this is not best build-up.
I don't know what they're doing, bro. I don't know.
They don't know what they're doing.
I have no real.
No qualms.
I have no qualms, and I have no real like hype to see that match anyway. But it is what it is. WWE Universal Championship match. What happened?
I said I only watched the Twitter highlights of WWE,
okay.
so I don't.
So the WWE Universal Championship match, Roman Reigns versus Daniel Bryan.
Okay.
Whatever. I'm sure Daniel Bryan will put on a good match, as he is wont to do. He's been a great WrestleMania opponent, whether it's against AJ Styles or Brock Lesnar. He even put on a great show. Roman Reigns, he's gonna put on a fucking show. We know he can wrestle. We know he's a beast, and at the end of the day, Roman Reigns is gonna keep it because it's Roman Reigns versus Edge at WrestleMania. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, and the other predictions are Drew McIntyre versus Sheamus for a last man standing match for some reason.
Okay. And, so what are they going to do with that
CBS.
title match?
This is from CBS. I don't fucking know. And the United States Championship match, Matt Riddle versus Mustafa Ali. I guess, but who knows? We'll see. We'll see what happens. Nobody really knows.
Okay. That's not a bad.
It's a prediction that CBS is making.
I like that match for the U.S. title. I like that match.
Yeah. And is he still the leader? Sorry, is he still the leader of that group? So yeah, Mustafa Ali. I think he needs to be on and he has to be at championship level at this point. He should be. He's good enough. I know that for damn sure. So yeah.
And he's liked enough, and I'm sure he could be. He just needs to be champ. Honestly, come on.
That'll be a good thing for him. Even though Riddle recently won it, it's like, I don't mind the United States title changing hands relatively often. I'm okay with it for the most part, so it is what it is. But yeah, that's all
that was at the last pay-per-view, but whatever.
Whatever. We've seen worse. We've seen 24-hour reigns, so it is what it is.
The Miz.
Exactly.
That's exactly.
Exactly.
And that was that title, so.
Exactly. So, that's it for WWE Fastlane. We won't know more until the middle of the week to see what's up with the, with the card being updated there. So that's pretty much that. We could move on.
I won't know until the day of.
Until the day of, exactly. So we can move on to Impact Wrestling Sacrifice pay-per-view that happened this weekend on Saturday. So you could run through the card. Go ahead.
I really don't want to run through the card because
I'm just gonna run through the card. I could just say who won and whatever if you want me to.
That's pretty much it. Yeah.
All right. So I'll just run through the card real quick. At the first match, we had Decay, Black Taurus, and Crazy Steve with Rosemary defeating Reno Scum, Adam Thornstowe, and Luster the Legend. At the second match, we had Tennille Dashwood and Caleb with a K defeating Havoc and Nevaeh. I'm not even gonna. At number 3, we have Violent by Design, Dina and Joe Doring with Eric Young defeating Chris Sabin and James Storm with Jake something. What? I don't understand these people. At number 4, we had Eddie Edwards defeating Brian Myers. The 5th match, we had Fire and Flavor, Kiera Hogan and Tasha Steelz defeating Jordan Grace and Jazz. At the 6th match, we had Ace Austin defeating TJP for the singles, for the X Division Championship match. So Ace Austin, congratulations on getting that win. That's
TJP,
awesome.
our shit brother baby, is definitely one of the best out there, and he's held that title for a while.
So for Ace Austin to actually get the win and everything, after winning the cup earlier in the year, that gave him that title opportunity. So that's cool for him. To win it, Deonna Purrazzo defeated ODB by submission, defending her Impact Knockouts Championship. After that, we had Juice, David Finlay, and Juice Robinson defeating the Good Brothers and becoming the new Impact World Tag Team Champions. Oh, shit. All right, Juice, good job. And after that, we had Rich Swann defeating Moose. Defeating Moose for the TNA Championship. And so he's pretty much unified the Impact World Championship and TNA World Heavyweight Championship. So what are the 2 matches you want to talk about?
I only really wanted to talk about Swan versus Moose and Finn Juice versus the Good Brothers.
Okay.
I guess I don't really want to talk about the Finn Juice and Good Brothers. It was a good match. It was better than it was. It was a really good build up. It was a even better match than I thought it would be. I did not think Finn Juice was going to win, but hey,
they had a
what
good
has
match
happened?
overall, though.
They had a really yes, it was a really good match. The Good Brothers honestly has had the titles for a long time, so
How
I
long
understand.
has they had it? Couple
Maybe
months.
about 3 months, maybe 4.
That's not a long time. Well, in tag team words, yes, probably. That's a long time in tag
Well,
team land.
it is because they've been back and forth in AEW, so they've been places whether they've
That's
had
fair,
the title or not.
but they had to
So
defend it and this and that. So yeah.
yeah, they've been wearing it at other places. So it's not that they had it that long. It's like it's only 12 months in a year, and they had it for a quarter, a little bit more than 1 month more than a quarter. So that's how I look at it. I'm confused because Rich Swann and Moose had a really good match. I really wanted Moose to win. Moose is killing Swan right now. I still have a problem, not really a problem, but I have a dislike for Swan. Swan does not have the look of a champion, but he has the determination and
If you're
to
gonna
fight
say it in a Vince voice, please.
I'm not,
If you're gonna say that, say
doing
that in the Vince McMahon voice, because you might as well at this point.
Nah, but he doesn't, and at the same time, he has held down he's held down Impact. I'm not saying that he hasn't. It's just
I would have preferred to see Moose being the unified champ.
Yes,
I agree with you because I think
doesn't. I'm me being a black dude, me being a New Yorker, me being somebody who holds himself in a certain type of way. I just recently cut my hair this week, so
I just noticed that.
It is a hair thing for me. Yeah, no more twists. It is a hair thing for me. It doesn't look presentable. It doesn't look like you even take care of your hair. That's not.
We're getting into HR territories. I don't want to get into HR territories. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because that's a sensitive topic. Just I get what you mean, but at the same time, it's like
I'm saying
you don't want to admonish some. No, I get it, but you don't want to admonish somebody just because of their hair or whatever. Like you don't want to be seen as discriminatory over that. We're not.
Yeah.
Trying to be discriminatory over it, but at the same
it's not that I'm trying to be discriminatory. It's that we all have this idea of who should be the main focus of something. They need to at least look like they take care of themselves. I'm not saying that he doesn't, but the hair is a little bit whatever.
That's not a fair. For me, that's not a fair thing. You know.
I know. When it comes down to wrestling, it's wrestling. It has more to do with the idea, not the idea. It has more to do with the talent. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it. To me, he doesn't have it. He has everything except for the look, and the look for me. I understand why he's the champion. I congratulate him on that. I just have a problem with that one thing, but everything else outweighs the look. And I understand.
You have a problem with Kofi?
No. His hair looks like well taken care of. His body looks well taken care of.
Okay. I mean, this is your hot take, and that's fine. I get it. This is your hot take.
Yeah. And I'm willing to die on that hill if I have to.
You know what? I want to kind of clip this and put it on Instagram and see what everybody else says because I don't like I get where. Put it this way: if this was coming from a non-minority, I understand the heat this would generate. Obviously, this is coming from you because even you had the twisties, you've had longer hair, you had short hair, you just cut your hair.
It was for me myself. Like I said, I take care of it, so when it didn't look.
I guess
it's still taken care of.
For me, I guess I just never really paid attention to the look part. For me, I mainly always go off of merit. You know what I mean? In terms of what you've done and whatever. So I get the whole look thing because the WWE thing is like, you know, he wants you to look a certain way to be the champ. He wants you to be, you know, a big brolic motherfucker. He wants you to be, you know, a Randy Orton or this and that. Like there are certain standards and I get that. But at the same time, like I don't know why it's hard for me to hear that, even though it's coming from you, because I'm just like, I don't know if you're picking on him. Not that you're picking on him, but if you're kind of you kind of are picking on him just over, his hair, kind of.
But it's only my one thing with him. I love everything else that he does. I love even the fact that he comes down a little bit too happy sometimes. It doesn't bother me. It doesn't really annoy me. It's not like a poke at me. Like, oh, okay, I like it. I understand it. You need to be the champ right now. Like right now, the champion of the company needs to have that, because the time that we're in this whole year is pretty fucked up. So you need to show like, okay, it's going to be all right. Let's at least figure out how we can have fun. That's the Rich Swann thing. He knows how to have fun, right? So I understand that. He's a great worker. He's been there for a while. He's a name that apparently that they can trust. That's
okay.
Those two and the athleticism outweigh the hair and the image. But as far as the image goes, I would want him to be on other television shows, not just my television show, not just my wrestling television show. That's how I'm looking at it. Can he do daytime television to get more of a word out? Would you put him on TV?
Yes, he's the champ.
I get that. I get that. I
like if he was champ in WWE, he would be on SportsCenter. He would be there in the morning.
Yes, he looked the same. Yes.
Regardless of his look. So that's what
when he had the 205 title.
That's where for me, I'm just like, I'm kind of struggling with just the hair thing for you. Like, I get what you mean, but then at the same time, for me, it's like, I don't see it as that big of an issue. I'm pretty sure a lot of people don't either. But if that's your personal thing, if that's your hot take, if you think he might want to clean it up, not even like take it all off, just like make it look
just
more
take care of it. You know what it is? This is a comparison. Have you seen Lil Wayne lately and his hair?
No. I refuse to look at a goblin. Exactly. You see? He kind of does look like a goblin, though.
No. And that's my exact point. That's my comparison. It's Wayne has he
but he's still on TV. So yes, you really have no.
Yes, he can be on
TV. That's what I'm saying. So like overall, but regardless of somebody looking like me thinking he looks like a goblin, he's still on TV. You know what I mean? He still has all these hit records. He still has all. For me, it's the body of work. You know what I mean? Like that's what I'm grading people on. Yes, the hair might annoy me, or yes, maybe
that's the same thing with Wayne. It's the body of work. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. At the end of the day, for me, that's what's important: the body of work. And I get what you mean. I get where you're coming from, but at the same time,
he has the merit.
They both have the merit.
They both have the merit. I'm sorry. Yeah, they both have the merit. Either way, that's just my thing.
Real quick.
That's just the one thing that bothers me. Other than that, I really do like him. It's just that one thing. So those two titles are unified, and in April at Rebellion, we're gonna have
against Kenny.
Yes.
So Kenny's taking the titles? I think so. It would make sense.
I can't answer that.
This is what I was gonna say. Like the fact that he won it, right? That he that he unified the titles.
I can't answer.
No, but what I'm saying is the fact that he unified the titles. For me, I would think it would be harder for Kenny to win against Moose than it would be against Rich Swann. Not to take away from him, but at the end of the day, I think this is a perfect setup for Kenny becoming those straps, triple straps, technically, because it's a unified title. So,
because
I think it sets it up for that.
Oh, no. The thought that I lost was that I'm in a group chat with a whole bunch of wrestling people on Twitter, and we talk about this, and sometimes I'll read through it, and they're just like, okay, we'll talk about everything, and we talked about this, and a number of us said Moose deserves the title. That'd be a better fight, but Moose deserves the title for more than almost a full month. because Rebellion is like, I think like the 10th or the 12th or something.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, yeah, he deserves the title. He doesn't deserve the title for less than a month.
Okay, fair enough.
Like the same thing with the Miz. Miz deserved it for more than one night, but hey, whatever happened.
Absolutely. I mean, shit happens, so it is what it is.
And that's going to be a great match. Like that would have been a great match, Moose and Kenny, because
but I think Swan and Kenny are gonna have a great match too. You know.
Yes, but it's two different matches. It's just two different type of matches.
Absolutely, 100% agree with you there. 100% agree with you. Any last words on Sacrifice, or are you good there?
I'm good. Congratulations to TJP, Ace Austin. Well, not TJ. Well, TJP
Ace
put on
Austin.
a good match, but Ace Austin, Finn Juice, and Rich Swann. Congratulations to all of them.
Yeah, not a backhanded congratulations to Rich Swann, but a legit congratulations.
Yes, a complete legit one. It's the unified title.
Yeah. So after this, we're just gonna move on to New Japan Cup. So remember how we talked about what?
Wait. I wanna go through NWA back for the attack real fast.
Come on.
It's really quick. They announced that they have 3 matches. They have a number 1 contender match for the women's title, Thunder Rosa versus Camille. They have NWA title match, Nick Aldis versus Aaron Stevens, formerly Damian Sandow. Also another 4-way match, Jax Dane, Slice Boogie, Jordan Clearwater, and Crimson are going to have a match. And Chris Adonis and Tyrus, formerly known as the Funkasaurus, have been announced to have debuted. So that's gonna be something. That's on 21st, the day before. Why that face for? The Funkasaurus?
No. It's just I was just taking the opportunity to look at my stocks, but that's what that face is for. I jumped on the meme, on the GameStop meme, so took a hit today. It'll probably go back up with the stimmies. That's a different conversation for a different day, or for after the podcast.
I don't know why people won't just buy GameStop. Like a company just needs to buy GameStop and call it a day.
Well, whatever. That's fine. I took a hit today, but it's gonna go back up. It's fine. I'm okay with it. I'm okay. Anyways, moving on to New Japan. So these fuckers decided to start the New Japan Cup like 2.5 weeks early, and then I get a text message from Kula saying, "Yo, have you been watching New Japan Cup?" He sends me the whole tournament bracket. I'm like, "What the fuck?" I'm like, "When did this happen?" Little do I know, it's the 15th already. We missed more than half of the fucking more than half of the damn. It
started
tournament.
On the 4th.
Yeah, it started on the 4th. We're already 10 days in, 11 days in technically. But yeah, we're just gonna run through the.
We don't have to run through it.
We don't have to run through it, but I'm saying like the last round of stuff. The last round of stuff. So in the last round we had
Evo and Jeff Cobb was the first.
So Evo and Jeff Cobb on the 11th. Evo defeated Jeff Cobb. After that, we had Toriyano defeating Great Okan. How the fuck? Who? Toriyano versus Great Okan?
Both, but
okay.
Great Okan was so fucking upset.
Okay, I'm sure he was. I need to go back and just watch it.
No,
don't tell me. I know he's gonna cheat. I'll go back and watch it.
All I'm gonna say is this.
I'm sure. I'm 100% sure. After that, we had Shingo Takagi defeating Hiroki Goto to move on to the Elite 8, I would say, because we're getting into March Madness territory. NCAA coming up soon. And also we have I need to put in some bets. Anyway, also we have Kenta defeating Minoru Suzuki on the 13th.
I didn't see that one.
Yeah. On the other side of the bracket. Yeah, on the other side of the bracket we have Will Ospreay defeating Zack Sabre Jr. To move on to the
that one
quarterfinals.
Either. I saw their first round matches.
After that, we have Sonata defeating Yuji Nagata to move on to the quarterfinals as well. We then have David Finlay defeating Yoshihashi to make it to the quarterfinals, and Jay White defeating Hiroshi Tanahashi to make it to the quarterfinals. So I noticed that Evil and Hiroshi Tanahashi had first round buys, technically, right?
I don't know why.
I don't know why. Maybe it was uneven, the whole thing, and they just said, "Fuck it, let's give them first round buys" for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know what the reasoning is.
Yeah.
But yeah. So in the quarterfinals, we have Evil versus Toru Yano. We have Shingo Takagi versus Kenta. Jay White versus David Finlay. And Sonata versus Will Ospreay. Those are going to be some cracking fucking matches. I hope Toru Yano makes it to the semifinals just for fun. Imagine if this motherfucker wins the New Japan Cup. That'd be ridiculous. If Toru Yano wins it. Obviously,
he's been in the most.
For me, I think obviously like Jay White is on route to winning the New Japan Cup. It would make sense in terms of like, it's still the Switchblade era, blah blah blah, this and that. I would love to see Jay White and Will Ospreay fight.
Oh, that'd be dope.
At
That's
the
gonna be amazing.
Semifinal. Yeah, that'd be
so
nice.
One thing about Jay White, he did like he had his match with Toa Hanade. It was a main event match of one of the nights of the 10th.
Yeah.
And he's after the match, of course he wins. He's pretty much just going off on everything, going off on Toa Hanade, going off on the idea of the titles being unified. And he said he pretty much called out Tanahashi, saying, all you have to do is lay down, and what I'll do for you is I'll split the titles up. They will no longer be unified. When I win, I'll give you the Intercontinental title. He is such a shit baby.
You know what though? I'm there with him. I don't like the unification. For me, we both said it. Either. Most of the OGs don't like the fucking unification. And I'm okay with it because like split that shit up. I hate that unification. And secondly, New Japan should have been having them defending both titles like at different times within the same pay-per-view if we had both of them. It wasn't fair. Like, and there was an easy way to split it up. And we've talked about the easy way to split it up before. So
even on a tour, every other night of the tour, every other title. And on the big night, the night before the big night, no match. The big night, a huge match.
Yeah.
Like that's how it should go.
Yep.
Like there's a lot that should go into it. You're the champion. I haven't even seen him on the cards for the New Japan Cup.
Who? Ibushi?
Ibushi.
Yeah, I'm sure you haven't. And the thing is, like for me, like we said it a bunch of times. Like you could have had on Wrestle Kingdom Night 1 the championship, the Intercontinental Championship. That's the one you're defending. On Wrestle Kingdom Night 2, you're defending the actual heavyweight championship. So either way, if you lose, like it, or you could have done it in the terms of, hey, you have to pin the champ twice to win. You know what I mean?
Yes.
To win both, or vice versa. Like to win both, or it's just, I don't like it. I would laugh if Jay White goes ahead and does it exactly how he's gonna do it. I would love it. But I think this whole year is going to be about Jay White just trying to get the fucking belts and split them up again because that makes sense.
I would want him to do that. Being that Tanahashi didn't just lay down for him, I would love for him to do that with one of the other Bullet Club members.
Oh, just to give it to one of the other ones?
Just give them the title.
Like give it to fucking Kenta. Be like, here, this is yours. I relinquish it. Why not? Why not? Or if you just want to be a dick, just give it to Toru Yano. Just be like, here, for being a pain in the ass. Because he's been doing good. But, just for fun. Just some dumb shit. That's what I would do. But, so it should be an interesting quarterfinals. The quarterfinals are tomorrow on March 16th. For the left side of the bracket. The right side of the bracket is on the 18th. And then this weekend is the final, the semifinal matches, and then the final match on the 21st. But be sure that Ibushi's gonna show up on the 21st, most likely. Ibushi's probably just getting a 2 or 3 week break at this point, because the winner of the New Japan Cup gets a title shot. So yeah. Because I think after the New Japan Cup, I think it's Sakura Genesis technically, no? If I remember,
I think correctly. So. That's what you were supposed to be going, right?
Yeah, don't remind me, motherfucker.
I'm sorry.
No, it is Sakura. Yeah, it is Sakura Genesis. Sunday, April 4th. So it'll most likely be Anyways, it'll most likely be the title fight at Sakura.
I don't mean to laugh.
No, I know it just hurts. It hurts. But hey, whatever. That's a new one. Wrestling Satsuma no Kuni. That's like way later. Either way, but yeah, that's New Japan in a nutshell. That's where we're at. I gotta go back and watch some of the matches for sure. Because why not? And yeah, so that's pretty much
Random
it. Do you
news?
have some random? Yeah, we could go to that random news.
Well, today is Monday. We have AEW Dark Elevation. The first episode is going to be tonight. It's like 10. It's like maybe like 10 matches. I think like 4 or 5 of them are singles women matches, which is already something great. And the main event will be a women's match. So
Nice.
that's
Good.
pretty good. They have nice fucking artwork for everything, I swear.
Their
Also,
artwork is great. Whoever they got on their art department, I love their artwork.
so I do want to talk about MJF switching sides. Sammy Guevara came back to basically let Jericho know what was happening, and they thought they were ahead of the curve. The inner circle thought they were ahead of the curve, talking about, oh yeah, you don't MJF, you don't think we all talk to each other?
Nobody was.
They were not. They were not ahead of the curve. So MJF pretty much gets pushed down into the corner. Lights go black for a couple of seconds, and who comes out? Wardlow comes out with FTR and Sean Spears and Tully Blanchard, and they pretty much just wreak havoc on the whole inner circle.
But it's like, if you couldn't see this coming, like, who's the stupid one? You know what I mean? Like, especially Jericho being the most, like, you know,
you should have saw it coming, but at the same time, I was not expecting this. I was just expecting it was gonna be revenge as opposed to Catch Me in a Lie Triple Cross.
Gotcha.
Like, I didn't think it was gonna be that. I thought it was gonna be Catch Me in a Lie, get my ass whooped next week, watch and see what happens. Like, that's what I thought it was gonna be, because he came out and Wardlow wasn't even with him. Like, everybody's in the ring from the inner circle except for Wardlow. So that's the shit that got me. Like, I'm like, okay, where the fuck is Wardlow? Just where? I didn't even put 2 and 2 to say he could be with the recruits, because we've been talking about recruits too. Him and his own group.
Why was Sammy the only smart one out of the whole group? You know what I mean? You got two motherfuckers from New York. You could have seen this a mile away. Like, you know what I mean?
New York City. Two from New York City.
Well,
and
let's be clear. When we say New York, we mean New York City. Let's be clear. Nobody really talks about Albany as New York or the Hudson Valley.
No,
when we talk about New York,
I don't know where the hell Manhasset is.
Exactly. That's out in Long Island. Exactly. There you go.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's in Long Island.
Okay. Wow. Yeah. Well, his father was a Ranger, so it makes sense.
Exactly.
Oh man, so yeah, I'm looking forward to what happens next. It's 7 of them versus 5 of them, so it's gonna. I want to see what's gonna happen.
We'll see what happens.
Like, and also, John Moxley and Eddie Kingston pretty much cut a promo together, talking about how he cared for his friend.
Oh, okay.
No. Yeah, that too. And then Moxley definitely said, "Oh, we thought it was going to be this huge explosion." He said Impact must have paid for it.
Oh shit! Okay, they're playing it up. That's good.
Yeah.
That's
like
because that was terrible. But you have to play it up. You have to make fun of yourself at a certain point. So yeah.
So that's funny. And then after that, we're gonna get a match from them two versus the Good Brothers on this Wednesday, which is St. Patrick's Day Slam.
Oh God, everybody's gonna be drunk in the city in COVID. Anyways, sorry.
Only up until 12 o'clock because
Nope. Because the train runs until 2 a.m. now again. Exactly.
Somebody gonna be waiting for the train until the next day. It's so fucking drunk.
I think there'll be a lot of them waiting for the train till the next day. Like, where's the train? So yeah.
Oh man, that's.
I already saw a bunch of people yesterday on Long Island getting drunk. Like, I'm just like, it's not St. Patty's Day yet. Like, what are y'all doing? All wearing like green and shit, and I'm just like, y'all going too hard. I'm going too hard.
Chicago's river was green.
They colored it.
Like they dyed it green.
Oh my God! Don't fuck up.
It's not like it's drinking.
You dumb fucks.
They just put food coloring in there.
Anyways, what else you got?
Well, we have our first female main event for Dynamite, Thunder Rosa versus Britt Baker in an unsanctioned match.
Okay.
They have the best feud going on, honestly. They have the best matches. Them two sometimes with other people, but most definitely them two together. They have the best matches. This is the main event that needs to happen, honestly.
Right.
That's really about it. There's nothing else, nothing too crazy going on out there. There was rumors that Andrade asked for his WWE release.
Interesting.
He needs it. Him and Aleister Black needs it.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't
always want to say I would love for them to go to AEW, but like that's star power that could definitely go to AEW and they would be utilized like in a decent way. Or New Japan. Go to New Japan, do whatever. Like
I'm going to say it all the time. I want them to have that open contract. I want them to have that non-exclusivity match contract.
That's fine.
But
that's what I'm saying. Like, if they go to AEW and be like, yo, I could work elsewhere, like Impact, New Japan, or this and that, like, that'll be awesome.
Because Roosh is running shit out in Ring of Honor. Like, honestly, there's no titles for him to have over there, so there's no point for him to go there. But I would like to see him with his friends again.
Yeah.
I would like to see him with certain friends again every once in a while. Like,
just go to New Japan.
If you sign with Ring of Honor, you already have that too. That partnership.
Not as much as you. I mean, not as much. But it's not as much as it was before. Exactly.
Yeah, especially now, COVID times. So yeah. Either way, or sign with New Japan and have it open to the States.
Yeah, exactly.
Whatever works. Honestly, we just want to see him on TV. I wouldn't be mad if he came back and he got the IC title from New Japan. Because he was the lightest one to have it. So 10 years ago. So
Roosh is a beast. Might as well. Anything else? That's it. Come on, I know you got one more.
I don't. That was everything.
You don't? Oh shit, that was everything. So that's a quicker episode than usual.
Yeah, that's not even 50 minutes.
Yeah, it's about 42 minutes so far. So yeah, with that being said, since you don't got
shit.
Me.
You wait a minute though.
No, fuck out of here. No, fuck you. You're done. You said no, that's it. That being said, that's the end of the podcast. Thank you so much for watching. You can follow us on Twitter at Pokes and Chokes, myself at _Mr. Alex25 _ the guy on the other side at
NU _KEWLA. We did not talk about the NXT tag titles for the women.
I don't care. It doesn't matter. Facebook.com/Pokes and Chokes. On Instagram at Pokes Chokes Podcast. You can listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Transistor FM, and Stitcher. Also, check out our merch on Redbubble, Threadless, and Teespring. And also, click the link tree in the description below so you can have everything we just mentioned. And we'll catch you guys next week after with an update with New Japan and Fastlane. So thanks for being with us again, and we'll catch you guys next time. Bye.
And NWA back for the attack.
That shit too. I said bye already, bitch.
All right.